Hi, it's Yayuna or Alma, whatever you prefer, and today we're going to be making some Christmas wreaths with our Dollar Tree items. So stay tuned, let's get started. We're going to begin with the letter J because we're going to write joy in a wreath. And so we're going to begin doing our J form. I have 2 garlands set aside for this one, just in case. I don't think I will need both, but just in case, you never know. And we're going to untwist this, and I will show myself beginning, and we'll show a little bit of me working it through, but I'm not going to force you to sit here and watch me do it all. So here goes. No, I'll just start here. When we get closer to the end, I will be tying the 2 greens, twisting the 2 greens together to make it extend because this is almost used up. So Jason told me to smile to make sure you guys understand I'm having a good time. So here you go. All right, so sorry, I was just being goofy, you guys. I really am enjoying myself. But what I'm going to do is tie that loose end, one of the loose ends, to what I already have. And this wire, it has a wire in it already, so really easy to work with. And you just twist it, kind of like a twist tie. And it'll stick. And that way I can continue using my garland. And I probably won't use the whole garland, but hey, this way it'll be nice and full looking. And I got this idea from watching another video, and this lady showed where at some store, it wasn't Pottery Barn, but something else online, it was like $120. And I looked it up, and I'll insert the picture right here. I found it at Target for like $24, $25, and this is still cheaper to make. But you know, if you're interested, you could actually go to Target online and you'll find the joy wreath, and it's lit up. All right, now that I'm at the end, I'm going to cut the wire so that I could just reuse this later for another one. And these are line pliers, Jason told me. And so we just tuck in the rest. And there you have your letter J. Wait, is that a J? Oh, there. That's J. It was J for me, but not for you guys. So we have our letter J. But I do have my little fairy lights that I will wrap around it. And we will put batteries in them and then show them to you lit up. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the lights around the J. It's going to be on the back side, so right now it looks backwards to you because it looks like a J to me. I'm going to make sure I leave the part with the screw up so that we can remove the batteries if needed. It's made out of wire, so it's easily wrapped. And also, in a little bit, I'll add wire so that we can hang this. Okay, after fiddling with this for a second, I decided to unravel it and rewrap it again. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 inches between each wrap so that our wire goes all the way around. All right, so we have our J ready. The next one is gonna be the O. And this package came with 2, and I'm only going to use 1, so we'll save that for another time. And what I did was I bought one of those $1.25 wreaths there at Dollar Tree, and we snipped about 2 inches off. because I want it to fit around the O, because I wanted the O to be a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to be too much bigger because, you know, next to the J. So about this size. So because it's a little bit smaller than a regular wreath, but it's a little bit bigger than this wreath. So I've combined the two, and I'm going to twist these together. I'm going to attach these together with some of this leftover greens for a minute. All right, and I'm wrapping it with a little bit of extra green. It's stuck. Yay, it worked. Whew. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to line this wire first with the garland, and then I will attach it here to this wreath. So that's how we'll start it. I decided to work smarter, not harder. I wrapped the garland around my hand, turned it into a circle, and that way I can just push it through easier instead of pulling it through. And the reason I was laughing is because this is like the second or third time we've recorded this, because the first time I said I decided to delete. Okay. All right, I'm almost finished up with this O. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to trim this garland because this is what I'm going to use to attach it to the rest of the wreath. So I have taken the little wreath we made and put it in the middle of the big wreath, and I've kept the garland attached because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put garland through both of them to keep them attached to each other. And I'm not going to wrap the whole thing with that, but I'm going to try to get the garland to go around a few times in a few directions, kind of like north, south, east, and west, or noon, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. And that way it stays attached. And there we go. And now, because this wreath has little arms of greens, we'll just open it up. So that way it just looks full, looks pretty, has little things sticking out, you know, looks like a real wreath. Okay, with my hook at the top so that I can remember where the top is, I'm going to put the battery pack on the back again with the screw out. I'm not going to hot glue it. I'm putting it down on the back of the wreath. And then I'm going to find one of those little arms that sticks out, and I'm going to wrap it around it so that it stays in place. Or, here we go, one of the spots I put the garland in. There we go. Boom. And that way it stays in place. Kind of hidden. We'll wrap this wire around twice. And then that's where we can begin our lights. And now we can begin putting this through the little arms. So I turned this on so I could see what I'm doing, and I was reminded to let you know, be careful about twisting these wires. You don't want them to break. It'll cause a short, it could cause a fire, it could cause damage to the lights, and you know, we don't want that kind of stuff happening. So you can twist it gently. That's what I'm doing. What do you think? On to our next and last part. Okay, we are at the end. All we have to do is make the Y. So I have 2 candy cane forms, or J. But we're gonna make the letter Y out of this. So the first one we're gonna cut, and we're gonna cut it right at this line, because that's gonna be the bottom of the Y. And this is where my Jason comes in really handy. I might have him cut this one.
Okay, match the other one.
All right, what we should be left with is an upside down rainbow and lines. And what we're going to do is put them together and make the letter Y. So I will attach this Y here with this bar over there and this bar right here. I'm going to attach them to each other. So Jason just made a comment. I pulled my hair back. It's the same day. I have hair bands right here. I just need my hair out of my face. So what I'm going to do now is I have my Y ready. So I've decided to hot glue because it's not going to be anything hard or major to do. And I tried wire, but honestly, you guys, my eye is still not fully done healing. You can go back in my history and see my videos about my eyesight issue. But I was trying to use this wire, and it is way, way too hard for me to use. So I'm going to go with hot glue. You can use wire to wrap it around if you want to, or you can be lazy like me and use hot. So you do it like that. And then I'm just going to pour hot glue, and I'm trying to make sure it sticks together. So we'll give it a minute, let it dry, and then flip it over, and we'll do hot glue on the other side too. Next, I'm going to take my garland now that the glue is dried. It looks really bad, but it's okay, it'll be hidden. So I'm going to wrap these in garland with putting the wire through the top rung right here and wrapping it around to stabilize it. And then I'll begin wrapping it around the bottom of the Y. We need to put it through this other bottom rung so that it stays stable. This part's the easy part. Just twist it around in circles and the garland does the rest. Okay, now that I'm almost to the top of the stem of the Y, if you can see, I'm going to loop it around twice, and then I'm going to work it through so that it ties them together. Then I'll begin wrapping it around the top of the Y. Now that I have my Y stable, I'm just going to begin wrapping it around one side of the Y, and then I'll go back the other side with more garland. It's almost done. I have finished making my Y. I looped it around the open little lines at the top of the Y from before, and now I'm just looping it around a couple more times just to make sure it stays in place. Now we can cut our garland. Here we go. Here's the top and the bottom. Now I just need to attach my light, right? I've got the lights attached. I attached them with the wire that wrapped around it, and then so that you don't have to see it in the front. And now I'm going to work the lights through. Okay, our Y is finished, and I will show you the finished product. There you go, folks. Joy. Jesus, others, yourself, or in our household, Jason, oil, and Yuna. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new and you try this yourself. If you do, let me know. Send me pictures. Send me videos. You know, I'm on Facebook, Yuna's Journeys. I'm on Instagram, Yuna's Journeys. So until the next time, love you guys. Thanks for watching.